The Decorah Vikings are now 2-0 with a hard-earned victory at West Delaware last Friday night. Head coach Mike Tangen joining us. And Mike, you looked at the film from that game. What were the takeaways from your perspective?
I thought we played a good physical game again. It was a good team win. There's still a lot of things that we need to clean up. We've had some just technical things that we need to clean up on both offensively and defensively. Yeah, I was pleased with the way the guys stuck together and got the job done.
And what tops that needing to improve list on both sides of the ball?
Oh, I think just doing our assignments. When the game got kind of tight, the kids kind of went into some old habits of, they're just trying to make the play instead of doing their assignment and trusting their job and then trusting the guy next to them. So that's been a huge point of emphasis for this week is doing your assignment, trust the guy next to you, that they're going to make the play. Because the minute that you peek your head in where you're not supposed to, it opens up a gap. And that's kind of what was happening on Friday night.
And West Delaware got back into that game with that fumble return in the third quarter, got it within a possession, but you guys were able to pull it out down the stretch. Facing a little bit of adversity like you did last Friday night, was that an opportunity to grow? Granted, you might not want it that way, but was it an opportunity?
Well, I mean, all credit goes to West Delaware, man. They are a good football team. To answer your question, yes. I mean, it was good for us to go through that. I think we learned a lot about just the importance of sticking together and fighting through things when they're not going well. I was very proud of the team and the way that they responded. After that fumble, we kind of pulled the guys together and just kind of, like we had to regroup. And then, it was awesome as we get a good return and then we score a few plays later and, the one that had the fumble scored that next touchdown. And it's more of just a learning experience. Like, the highs can't get too high, but the lows can't get too low either. And you just got to keep trusting each other.
And your passing game was very effective the other night. Louis Buxa, 12 of 17, 227 yards, a couple of touchdowns. He didn't turn the ball over. Quite a few explosive plays in the passing game as well. What have you seen from a development standpoint when it comes to the entire unit and the passing game thus far?
Yeah, I think Coach Kempel's done an outstanding job of creating the offense and kind of the way that we want to do things. We'd like to be multiple and be able to throw the ball a little bit. But I think having a quarterback that started last year and has some experience is huge. Lewis has done a great job of just managing the offense, and him and Coach Kempel are on the same page with how we want to run things. So I would just say, like with the way that those two are connecting, Coach Kempel's kind of putting his stamp on the offense. And then of course we got talent, so that doesn't hurt. But those guys done a good job of just kind of being together and knowing what each other, want out of a certain play. And Lewis has done a good job of managing all that.
And overall, offensively, you had 8 guys get touches the other night and get some stats in the stat sheet. How important is it to establish those multiple threats on offense? Because seemingly you've done that through the first 2 weeks.
That's been a huge point of emphasis for us. We have a lot of guys that can get touches, and we need to get them their touches. Having Noah Milburn back playing, I mean, he's gonna require a lot of attention, which should open up some other guys too. And that's kind of what was going on as well. He gets a lot of attention, so then it singles up some guys on the other side, and that's something that we just need to continue to be able to take advantage of.
And you get a home game this week as Crestwood comes to town. You get to head on out to Viking Stadium and put the blue jerseys on this week. This Crestwood team that you face, they may be 0-2, but I'm guessing based on what you've seen, they're looking better than an 0-2 team.
Oh, they're physical. I mean, that's just what you're going to see from Cresco. I have nothing but the most respect for Coach Denner and what he's done there. He's so involved in everything that goes on athletically there. You see him coaching track, and you see him, I know that he's very involved in the weight room, which is very important. So I have nothing but respect for him, and it shows by the way that the kids play and even the numbers that they have. I mean, he's done a great job with that. And I am very excited about finally getting to play on our field. It's been a long time coming. It's been a long 3 weeks of traveling. Yeah, we are excited to play in front of our home crowd.
And granted, that's the excitement for this week, but going into two tough environments and getting victories these first couple of weeks, how has that allowed your team to grow here in the early part of the season?
Well, we don't take that for granted. I mean, I know that we were very close to, kind of sealing the game against West Delaware. We had to fight back, but wins are not easy, and they're not easy when you play the schedule that we play in the area of the state of Iowa that we play. I mean, every team is going to be good, and we're going to need to play 4 quarters every time we go out there. So it's been a huge confidence builder, but at the same time, we got things that we got to work on and just keep getting better. And that's just going to be the way we do things.
All right, Coach. Hopefully the home field finds you well this week. Keep your guys healthy. We wish best of luck.
I appreciate it, Darren. Thank you.
Mike Tangen, head coach of the Decorah Vikings, home finally this week as they take on the Crestwood Cadets.